Hey, how's everybody doing? Brother Phil here. Wanted to come on here and share a word with you guys tonight. Hope you're having a blessed night. So, what I wanted to talk about today is the guns of August and the crash, rise, and fall, actually, of nations in September. Um, and of course, added October surprise, which I won't really say nothing too much about. But today, first of all, I wanted to say I hope y'all having a good day today. Um, so what I want to do is share my screen. And first of all, I wanted to talk about World War One. And when did it initially start? We know Duke Ferdinand was assassinated, and this is why World War One started. Um, and then let me get rid of that first one. And then if you look at this closely, see the date was August 5th, 4th, and 5th when um, the first invasion happened. Says the first shots of World War One were fired in Melbourne, Australia, on August 5th, 1914. Now, there's another thing that happened uh, is that a lot of times Israel lost their temple around this time. It's called the Ninth of Av. And they lost the first and second temple in these dates around that same period of time. Remember, these are rise and fall of the nations. There's also wars that are started on these dates, on these time periods. And the world works in cycles, but also, if you familiar with the fourth turning, go look it up on YouTube. It's called the fourth turning, and it's an 80-year generation. It's divided into 20. I'll probably touch upon that a little bit later. But this was the first invasion after Duke Ferdinand was assassinated. This will be the first invasion, um, or the first shots fired, rather. My bad. Okay, so next up, oops. Next up, here's another little bit more detail on that. August 5th is when World War One battle officially started. And then I thought I had a World War II one. I only got one World War II one, so sorry about that. So technically, this probably led up from August. It led up to the first um, fires, shots being fired on September 1st. So I know that's not August, but um, it's building up since then. So this is what you get on September 1st. First and fires being shot. It was on September 1st, 1939, German soldiers began their invasion of Poland, triggering the outbreak of World War II. The shelling of a Polish garrison at Waterplate, I don't know if I butchered that, is commonly believed to be the first shots fired in that war. That's the first shots fired on that war. Okay, so that covers August, uh, and a little bit of July as well, because all that stuff had years. It took at least a couple of months for all that stuff to lead up to that. Just like Russia just invaded Ukraine a couple of months ago, and now it's leading up to possible World War III. So let me get rid of this one, and I'm gonna bring this one in. Okay, so here's September. You can't see my cursor, but down at the bottom to the right, it talks about Elul, the first of Elul, and then it talks about September's 17th, I think 2001. I can barely see that, so I'm gonna extend this if y'all don't mind, right in front of you guys. But it didn't extend for some reason. I don't know why. Wait, let me see. There, I'm gonna cover my beautiful face. So now you guys can see it. It says 2001, September 17th, Dow Jones dropped 7%. September 8th, September 28th, 2008, Dow Jones went down 77.7 points, which I think he was trying to signal the end. Actually, there was a blood moon, I believe. No, I'm getting my days mixed up. 777, y'all know what that means, right? Because I'm getting confused with 2015. There was a blood moon in 2015, though, which was on the 28th. So that's why I said that. 777 means completion. So the guy might have been shooting a warning shot along with the. So this is the last Shemitah cycle until I make my judgment upon the earth. And then 2015, September 13th, eclipse, a future awaits, which if you count the eclipse in 2015, you notice that you'll fall, 7 years later, you'll fall exactly on the Feast of Trumpets coming up in the near future. And if you go back in the past, I was going to put that on here, but if you go back in the past and take a calculator and put 2022, and then you say -7, you keep hitting the minus button slowly, you're going to see all the Shemitah years, and you can kind of write those down. And then the more you hit it, keep hitting that button, and you go all the way down to the rise and fall of Adolf Hitler. So kings rise and kings fall on Shemitah cycles. I cannot iterate that enough on this channel. It is a Bible prophecy channel. It's also a news channel as well. So I put the news on prophecy zone news part. I put the word news on it, prophecy zone. But nations rise and nations fall. Presidents rise and presidents fall. I can't really say it's particular that it's like accurate, but George Bush, remember George Bush and Gore? When did the hanging Chad happen? That's like 2001, or is that before 2000? 2020, 2000 to 2001 as a Shemitah year. So that's crazy. What about when did Donald Trump started running for president? 2015, or a little bit earlier than that. I think it's 2014. But when did they go to when did we go to the voting booths? 2015, right? He became president in 2015. Yep, rise and fall. When did Obama get done? When did Obama get elected? 2008. Yep, Shemitah year. So you can't make this stuff up. What about Ronald Reagan? When did he get out of office? 87. I mean, didn't George Bush Sr. start to run for president in 87? And he became president in 90 or 88. I think it was 88. What about when Ronald Reagan got elected? 1980, he was running for president, right? And in 81, you see what I'm going here? The rise and fall of kings. The Bible says that he raises up and he brings down kings. So if you look at when Adolf Hitler rose to power, and I don't have no calculator here because I'll definitely do it before I even look it up on YouTube or Google, because it would be quicker for me to do that. Sorry for the pause. When did Hitler come to power? That was easy. 1933. When did he come to the scene? So I'm not sure. I don't have a pen and paper. I don't have a calculator. I don't have a list of the Shemitah cycles. But one thing I can say is that he left power in 1945, which is the Smeaton year. So back up 7 years, and he was only in office for, well, he's in office for 12 years, wasn't he? Yeah, I think he was in office for 12 years, but was it a Smeaton cycle when he rose to power? I really don't know. Can't tell you right now. But this stuff is deep, though. This is going all the way through history, folks. These Smeaton cycles are really important because they swing through history, and they determine, and God is he's working in history. You might even be able to go into your life, grab yourself. I'm not saying this is accurate for us. I mean, it's 8 billion of us, probably possibly 10 or 12 billion that was already existence. So it's not going to be accurate. Like, I know what I'm talking about, but I'm speaking out of ignorance right now. But what if you take the Smeaton cycles and find out what happened in your life? Maybe God was doing things in your life on these Smeaton cycles. Maybe you came into money or you went broke. Just depends on if you, 87, I graduated from high school. 88, I went to the Army. That's the Smeaton cycle. You know what's important too is in the middle of Smeaton cycles too. 97, what would that be? That'd be in the middle of the Smeaton cycle. I rejoined the Army. 2001, I was in the military when 9/11 hit. And then 2003, which is the middle of Smeaton cycle, I went to Iraq. When did I get out? I got out in 2005 and 2004. And I got married in 2005. I was overseas again in 2007. Well, I came home from the military in 2007, 2008. So my first child was born in 2008. So if you go and check out Smeaton cycles in your life, God might have been working in your life. I know in 1993, 94, 93, I had a dream that I'll be here at the end of the time, and it was a Smeaton cycle, Smeaton year. So, maybe God uses that, even the Smeaton years, even though Israel has rejected the Smeaton years up until probably now, until a few months from here, they'll figure it out. But maybe he does things in our life too, judging on cycles. I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know. There's no biblical proof that I'm telling you this. I'm just saying. Maybe you never know. I found out all this stuff. That Christian movies are made on Smeaton years, or in the middle of the Smeaton year, or the beginning of the Smeaton year, or end of the Smeaton year, which is crazy. This is some crazy stuff. But nations fall, nations rise. We know that the Antichrist will rise on a Smeaton year. Just like Adolf Hitler rose to power and was taken down on the Smeaton year, the Antichrist will rise on the Smeaton year and be taken down on the Smeaton year. So I'm gonna get out of here. I just want to make that point, though. These wars that we have been fighting have been paving the way for us to after World War I, it was the League of Nations. After World War II, it was the United Nations, and after World War III, there'll be a global government in place, a new world order. So kind of think about those things. Anyway, God bless you guys. I hope y'all have a wonderful night. Y'all take care. See y'all later. God bless.